Welcome to the Sublime Soiree, everyone. I'm Linda. And Sue, I have a question for you. What is your favorite food or meal?
Hi, everyone. Linda, that's a really good question. And I would have to say my favorite meal would be a pot roast, mashed potatoes, and green beans, especially at this time of year. Comfort food. How about you?
Ooh, that sounds really, really good. But I'd say that mine's a toss-up between a Cobb salad or a wonderful salad with a salmon fillet on it. That's just delicious to me. Now, I bet you're curious as to why I'm asking you about food. Well, last month we talked a fair bit on our blog and through our website about fellowship. And we wrapped up the month with a post about curiosity. Because as you all know, we live in a time of real dissension. But we can guard ourselves against being divisive with other people when we choose to be curious about them. Yeah.
Yes, Linda. In fact, authors Heather and Ashley Holloman in their book Scent write, socially curious people love learning about others because they hold a posture of high regard for them. Their desire to learn more about others dignifies them and imagines them hiding rich treasures of experiences, insights, and wisdom. But I'm still a little fuzzy on why you asked me about my favorite meal.
Well, it's because food has power in building fellowship. Like, for instance, we've learned that curiosity has much greater power than to just help us learn things, right? Well, food has that same kind of power. It's way beyond satisfying people's taste buds. In fact, we've actually discovered in the Bible that it's filled with ways that God has used food as a powerful tool in his redemption story.
Now I see where you're going, Linda. Yes, the Bible has shown us ways that God has used food to redeem and recommission his disciples, reveal his presence to others, and replenish and recover what was lost.
Yeah, and also to remind and retrain and to reconvene and to reconnect. One of our favorite stories, Sue, involves food and how Jesus used fishing and fish to not only redeem Peter's sin, but actually to recommission him for his calling. So Peter had met Jesus one time before, but Jesus didn't invite him to follow him until he and his brother were out on the Sea of Galilee fishing, doing their job. And then, despite 3 years of Jesus being side by side with Jesus and hearing everything that Jesus had taught, Peter still denied him 3 times at the time of Jesus' crucifixion. Peter had tried in that moment to save his own life rather than entrusting it to the man who had clearly demonstrated that he was Emmanuel, God with us.
That's right, Linda, but rather than holding Peter's denial against him, Jesus offered abundant grace. After rising from the dead, Jesus met Peter right back on those Galilean shores and not only called him back to himself, but he also fed him breakfast. That's the God of the Bible.
It was a breakfast of fish. How appropriate. Friends, Pastor Rory Shiner once wrote, Jesus feasted with sinners because Jesus believed and taught that the kingdom of God was a party of abundant grace to which we all are invited. And when we respond positively to God's invitation to join him at his banquet table, then we can experience that abundant grace as well. And we'll also be moved to invite others to join us in God's great fellowship.
Friends, we'll be spending the rest of October exploring more ideas about forging fellowship with food. We'll have some fun recipes to share. We'll explore what the Bible's definition and use of the table is, and we might even have some fun special guests sharing their ways to forge fellowship through food. So do stay tuned. In the meantime, friends, may your month be sublime and may you live each day free above the fray. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.